guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan. And well, it's my big day. I'm going to be revealing my final mock draft, barring any trades that occur between now and the draft. This is it. I've watched the film, put in the research, and I have made my final mock. So, guys, ready to get started?
Yeah, before you get started, me and Jordan aren't going to have much speaking time. So I just want to say right now that my mock is already released. Go check that out. You'll find it's the last video on this channel, and Jordan's will be coming out on Wednesday, the day before the draft.
And I would just like to say that I will be talking throughout this video because I can't help myself. So,
all right, let's get this party started,
I
Ryan.
hear your opinions on my picks.
All right, let's get this party started. Ryan, give us your first pick.
I will. And with the first pick in my mock draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback LSU. I mean, I know you guys are all just totally shocked by that.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all seriousness, though, it's the obvious pick. I think it's a good direction for Cincinnati. There were some rumors that Burrow didn't want to play there, but that's kind of faded away. I think Burrow would be happy to be the number one overall pick to the Bengals. I think that's really all I got to say. Next up is the Washington Redskins, number 2. Unless there's a absolute incredible trade offer, I don't see any way that this pick goes otherwise than what they're going to do when the Redskins select Chase Young with this pick in my mock draft. Again, just a great fit for the team. You know, the Redskins, they have a lot of needs, but Chase Young, generational talent. You know, they already got that Ohio State connection a little bit on the offensive side with Dwayne Haskins and Terry McLaurin, so I think they'll get that going on the defensive side, reunite Chase Young with some of his former teammates, and hopefully Ron Rivera can utilize Chase's talents to their maximum ability. So 1 and 2, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think you're going to get those two right.
This is where it gets interesting because we have a trade at number 3, and I got specific details of the trade for you too. The Lions and Dolphins make a trade where the Dolphins get the number 3 overall pick, and Detroit gets picks 5 and 56 in the 2021 fourth. And with that 3rd overall pick, the Miami Dolphins, who did they make their move for? Justin Herbert out of Oregon. You know me. If you've watched any other videos, you know Herbert has been my QB2 before having Herbert as your QB2 was cool. So, yeah, I like a lot about Herbert, the arm strength, the mobility, and the toughness, and I think that just this whole unique situation that we're in, where teams haven't really been able to see Tua Tagovailoa in person and actually get their medical professionals to see him and evaluate him. Yeah, there's the virtual pro day and stuff, but that's not the same, so I think this situation does hurt Tua, but I still like Herbert, and I think Miami likes Herbert too, so I think they'll be happy with this and that they're going to that they'll be willing to give up some picks to get him.
Yeah, I'm fine with the pick. Maybe for me, it might not be the quarterback that I would go based off of my rankings. But I definitely see the Dolphins going that.
It's big news.
Well, I have my.
Just
because I have someone ranked does not mean I'm mocking them ahead of them. When my mock comes out, you'll see there's people that I have ranked ahead that are falling behind other players just based on...
This is Ryan's mock.
Yeah, I know. But the one thing I was going to say about that, though, was I'm fine with the pick, but I was just interested in the exact trade details that you said. Yeah, I think that the Dolphins would be giving up more, honestly, to have to move up, because I looked at the Bears trade for Trubisky, and it was similar to that. It was only 1 up. So I think they might be forced to give up a bit more with the amount of picks that they have just to solidify their spot. And also the Chargers, I'm sure, will be trying to trade up too. I'm not sure, but most likely. So that's just my opinion on that. Who knows? I'm not a big trade guy. Well, I don't know how they work very much. I can never tell if a trade is even. But with that being said, let's move
on. With the Texans Cardinals trade, that was pretty easy to tell who won that.
Yeah, the Texans won for sure.
All right, go to 4. This one's interesting.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. This is interesting. This is really a mock make or break pick right here, and I think you'll be. Maybe you'll be surprised, maybe you won't. But you know, the question is, do they go Isaiah Simmons, the Giants, or do they go with an offensive tackle? I've said before, both options make sense, but with the 4th overall pick in my mock draft, the New York Giants select Andrew Thomas, the tackle from Georgia. I know it's a surprise.
Not a surprise.
The tackle, I feel like most people would have.
From you, it's not a surprise.
It's just...
Yeah, you're not surprised by you because you know I've been high on Andrew Thomas for a while. He's been my number 1 tackle since last fall. That's really when I first started watching film, period. I think that both options, the tackle option and the Isaiah Simmons option, make sense. But the thing that made me lean tackle was that New York spent a lot on defense this free agency. Bringing in James Bradbury, they signed a couple linebackers. Blake Martinez, one of them from Green Bay, to a multi-year deal. And also, they've also had some good young defensive players that they brought in previous years. Trading for Jabril Peppers, drafting young guys like DeAndre Baker and Julian Love. So I think that again, it's not like there's no room for Isaiah Simmons because he's a plug and play guy. You can play him anywhere. But I just think that knowing Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge in their old school style, I think they're going to go offensive tackle. There's really no wrong option for me, in my opinion. There's just a slightly more right option, and that's the offensive tackle. You invested in Daniel Jones, you're only going to go as far as he takes. You got to protect him.
All right.
That's what I always like to hear. We're split so far at the table, 1-1 on that pick. Who knows what I'm going to do, because I couldn't tell you right now sitting here.
Not even Jordan knows what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's really, like I said, make or break. But,
I just want to say one more thing, sorry. I've heard reports that the Giants liked Andrew Thomas. Now, for most people, he's ranked at 4 on the tackles list. I know, Ryan, you're high on him, as you said. But I would not be, extremely surprised to see Thomas go up here. I think maybe it's a bit of reach based on a bunch of rankings, but if they like him, why not? And the Giants, as we saw last year, they're a team that's not afraid to reach and go above normal. When we saw with Daniel Jones, when they still had Haskins on the board, and they went Jones, that's their guy. Ryan, go on.
Yeah, now up is number 5, the Detroit Lions. As you remember, they traded back with Miami after Miami traded up for Herbert, and they take the same guy that they would have taken at 3, and that's the cornerback, Jeff Okudah. Obviously, traded away Darius Slay. This fills a need for them. Not really much needed to do. Not much more explaining needed to do here. I think it's an obvious need for them. And I think that, I know, Jordan, you said when we were talking about my Miami pick, maybe it would cost Miami a little more to move up. But Miami knows that Detroit would probably take the same guy at 5 that they would 3. So I don't know how much Detroit's going to be able to get from Miami when Miami knows, hey, you're going to take the same guy anyway. We just want to make sure we get our quarterback before anyone else does. So that was my rationale there. But not much more explaining needed there.
It's not a complete lock that they'd get the same guy, because I still think there's a slight chance the Giants might go Isaiah Simmons. I think it's more likely to go Okudah, and you'll see hint in my mock draft that I think they will go Okudah. We leaked one. But I think there's a slight chance that could happen. So, but yeah, I see what you mean with that point. I was going to say something else, but like usual, I forgot. So go on.
All right.
I think Tyler's glad I forgot.
Yeah.
All right. Now pick 6, the LA Chargers. They select Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback from Alabama. I think this is a good situation for Tua because he can sit behind Tyrod Taylor, and play or sit there until he's ready, not only mentally and knowing that he's ready to play in an NFL game, but also physically. Obviously, with the injuries, he's not going to be rushed into a situation. The Chargers are high on Tyrod Taylor. They kept him there for a reason. There's a reason they didn't sign anyone like Cam Newton or Jameis Winston. They would have done that already if they didn't like Tyrod. So Tyrod will be the bridge for Tua. And also, Los Angeles only, a 5-hour flight to his home state of Hawaii. This works out great for him. So Tua to the Chargers at number 6.
Okay.
And now, number 7, I love this fit. The Carolina Panthers select Isaiah Simmons, the defender, you could say, out of Clemson. Exit Luke Kuechly, he retires, enter Isaiah Simmons. I think that's a great way to start that rebuild under new coach Matt Rule.
I like that, and I know Matt Rule likes the speed guys. Isaiah Simmons is exactly that speed guy, so I think that would be a good pick. Derek Brown's still on the board, so that could be an intriguing option for them as they need help at the tackle position. But Isaiah Simmons, he has a bunch of talent there, so it's a good pick regardless. Next one, Panther. No,
just the Panthers.
It's the
Come on,
Cardinals.
you got this. All right, so next is the Arizona Cardinals at pick 8, and they select Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa. I think this has got to be best offensive lineman on your board no matter what, because once you traded for Hopkins, now you cleared up that need at receiver. I know it would have been cool to pair Kyler Murray with CeeDee Lamb, but DeAndre Hopkins and CeeDee Lamb's games are kind of similar in the way they play. And really, I think, Kyler Murray's a mobile guy. He still got sacked a lot, so I think you take the best offensive lineman available, and in this case, it's Tristan Wirfs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. Derek Brown's still on the board. They decided to pass on a talent like him. With the Jaguars next, I assume they go Derek Brown. We'll see.
Well, you've assumed correctly because the Jaguars do select a Derek Brown 9th overall, and Jacksonville has taken defensive players a lot in recent drafts, but especially with the trade rumors surrounding various players on their defense and the people they've gotten rid of already. I think this is a great pick. Brown, tremendous talent. He never loses a matchup against a blocker one-on-one. He's always moving. He's got those feet moving, very athletic for his size, plug-and-play player. He can play nose tackle or one of the two defensive tackle positions. I really like Derek Brown. I know that they could maybe have more needs at offensive line or receiver, but this is just a best player available. Similar to last year where they may have had different needs, but Josh Allen just fell in their laps at 7. I think Derek Brown falls in their laps at 9.
Yeah, that would be a steal for them. Derek Brown, a lot of people's big boards in the top 4. They get him at 9. They'd love that. They'd be salivating as they see him slip.
Yeah, they would be.
That's one way to put
licking
it.
their chops, yes.
They'd be licking their chops.
Yes. All right. Number 10, the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, again, a team that almost everyone thinks is going to take an offensive tackle. I'm part of that everyone. And they take Mekhi Becton out of Louisville, late riser. It was either him or Jedrick Wills. I just think with the impressive combine that Mekhi Becton had and the size that he plays with, he has big size, big frame. I think that'll just enamor scouts and allow him to be taken before Jedrick Wills. But again, these offensive linemen could pretty much go in just about any order. So I think that Becton is the pick for the Browns. They already got Jack Conklin in free agency. That's a good start. But now they have to find a tackle to go on the other side of that offensive line. Becton's the pick.
Yeah, we both had that one, and we both have Wills falling, which is interesting.
Yeah. And now it's the New York Jets, and this came down to one factor. As you just mentioned, Jedrick Wills is still on the board for me. You guys take your 4th best offensive tackle or the number 1 wide receiver, 4-1. Take the best player of the position. Take CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. That's what the Jets do at 11. That offense needs some excitement. They need some juice. They need some playmaking ability. That's CeeDee Lamb for you right there. I know you got to protect Sam Darnold, but you also have to allow him to make plays and continue to grow. And CeeDee Lamb, what sets him apart from the rest of the crowd in this receiving class, in my opinion, is he has that experience being a true number 1 guy. Like, you look at Alabama with Judy and Ruggs, they have like 4 number 1 receivers. Lamb was the guy at Oklahoma, and I think that's an important factor for me. So CD is going to New York.
All right.
I wish you could see me, Ryan. I was throwing up the C's and the D's.
He was.
In here
Heavily.
with my hands. So if you're wondering, watching what the heck I was doing, I was trying to make a C and a D. Probably didn't look that good.
I look forward to seeing it, so thank you for that.
Yeah, it was great.
And I'm just making the graphics as you are making this, so just being silent.
All right.
Saving myself some time. All right, go on to the next one.
Raiders.
Right, number 12. These Raiders, they're a hard team to mock, but I do actually feel somewhat confident about this pick. I like the fit. They go receiver as well. Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, heading to Las Vegas. Judy's the number 2 wide receiver on my board. I know some people would say Henry Ruggs is ahead of Jeudy because of his speed, but I like Judy's route running. He plays the game very well. Hands are overall good, but he's not quite a deep threat. But I think that's fine. I think with development, he could be a true number 1 wide receiver, and that's something the Raiders need. I know cornerback and getting help in the secondary is also a need for Vegas, but I think that with Jeudy still here and them not having to trade up for him, I think you pounce on him here, and I think he's a guy that Mike Mayock would like. So Jeudy to Las Vegas at 12. And now, to the other side of the thing, you've got the San Francisco 49ers. And I know people are screaming for the 49ers to take a receiver, but I just don't see it. Because if you can win and you can make it to the Super Bowl by playing smash mouth football and by your quarterback throwing the ball 12 times a game, why do I need to take a receiver this high? Especially when I have 2 first-round picks. And especially when I made it to the Super Bowl, like I said, with a run-heavy game with very limited passing. I just don't think receiver is really a pick that makes sense this high for San Francisco because it's not the way they win. And I'm not trying to diss Henry Ruggs or anything, but they already have their kind of Henry Ruggs type of player
a second pick in the first
Deebo
round.
Samuel, so I think they go a different route. I think they offensive line because they're surprised one of the big 4 offensive linemen fell this far. If they take Jedrick Wills, will be a surprise to most that they don't go receiver, but it just helps with the way they win with a heavy run game. So Wills to San Francisco.
All right, good one.
Yes. And now Tampa, they're
One.
bummed that the 49ers went with Wills because they were
Yeah.
ready to write his name on their draft card to help protect the GOAT Tom Brady. But there's no running back or offensive lineman worth taking now because the big four offensive linemen are gone, and this is too high for a running back in my
The
opinion.
trade?
So they'll just flip to the other side of the ball and take the best player available on defense, and that's Javon Kinlaw out of South Carolina. Again,
NFL.
Kinlaw and Brown are pretty close, but I think Brown is number one at his position. But Kinlaw still here, lots to like about his game. Really a guy who's a constant threat. You know, defenses are going to have to game plan for him. He's a game wrecker. He had a couple field goal blocks in South Carolina. Just plays the game really well, executes everything you expect him to do for his position. So, you know, Buck's bummed out they can't help the O-line, but they'll go to the other side of the ball and they'll be happy with Kinlaw. And now, almost halfway through, Denver Broncos. This is an interesting one because this pick that I'm mocking isn't
Right,
what I
still on
would
the
do
board.
if I were them. But I just think
Going
that
Ruggs.
with this 15th pick, I think that Denver selects Henry Ruggs, the third out of Alabama. He's not even the best receiver on the board in my opinion, but I just think that teams are going to be so enamored with his speed and what he ran at the combine, even though we kind of expected to run good at the combine anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's none of my business. Lots to like about Ruggs. I'm just not as high on him as some are, with some people having him as the number 2 or 3, maybe some I've seen number 1 receiver off the board.
Where have
I'd
you
go
not?
cornerback here, but I think that knowing Denver and knowing how high these GMs are going to be on Henry Ruggs, I think that John Elway opts to try and build around Drew Lock.
Okay.
Now the Falcons take the guy that I think that Denver probably should have taken, and that is
CJ.
quarterback C.J. Henderson out of Florida. You know, it was kind of Jeff Okuda as CB1, and then there was kind of a void, but I think C.J. Henderson has
I like
emerged
Henderson.
as the CB2 in this draft class, so I think Atlanta opted with him to help their pass defense.
I think there's a chance. I've heard rumors of Atlanta talking to try to trade up to get Henderson. They could trade with the Niners because the Niners are like on the trade block throughout this first round because they don't have any picks. But if they can get C.J. Henderson at their normal pick without moving up to get him, I think they love that. I think that's a great possibility for them to actually happen for Henderson to fall. I like Henderson's game. So yeah, I think the Falcons would love that.
And now we are on to 17, so that second half of this wonderful mock. The Dallas Cowboys, this is just such a great fit. I don't know why, it just seems like it. They select with the 17th pick Xavier McKinney, the safety out of Alabama, first safety off the board. You know, Dallas has been linked to, you know, potential rumors of trading for a safety for a while now. You know, who knows, maybe they trade for Jamal Adams before the draft, but as of when I'm making this, they haven't done anything like that yet. So I think that they go to opt the back end of their defense and get McKinney. And Alabama used McKinney in so many different ways. Sometimes it seemed like he was more of a cornerback or even a pass rusher. Truthfully, they did use him in some blitz scenarios. So, and I was impressed by that. So lots to like about McKinney. So I think that Dallas notices that. And even though they got Ha Clinton Dix, he's more of a short-term answer. They try and get a long-term answer and help the back end of their defense in McKinney.
I like it.
I think I talked about this with Tyler's too. I haven't seen many safeties and many mocks go this high, but McKinney definitely has the skill sets to do so. I liked what I saw on film with McKinney. Maybe some of the needs that the Cowboys might address, but certainly if they go Xavier McKinney, there's no problem there. I've seen some edge rushing ones, and I've seen McKinney. Those are probably the two that I've seen. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now
I've
it
seen a
is
wide receiver,
back
actually.
to Miami again, and
Yes,
with their
TJ.
second first-round pick,
Jefferson.
they select Josh Jones, the offensive tackle out of Houston. And I know
Oh,
you might be
really?
thinking that this is a slight reach,
Who is
but
this?
Miami's
This is
got to
offensive.
improve that offensive line. It's worth reaching for. By the time you pick again at 26, it's a very likely possibility that both Jones and Austin Jackson could be gone. So I think you got to pound. Make sure you get a first-round caliber offensive lineman with one of your 3 picks. Might be a little bit of a reach, but there are justified reaches. And I've said that before. There's justified reaches, and then there's reckless reaches that just don't make sense. This is one
Can you
that I
name
think
us a
is
reckless
justified
reach?
because whether it's Herbert or Tua, you got to protect your quarterback.
Can you name us a reckless reach that happened in last year's draft, specifically inside the top 5? Well,
Kyler Murray.
okay. That's what I was looking for. Just
You
wanted.
knew that. You knew I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could have also
I'll
said
say it.
Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
except I don't remember where they picked last year. Where did they pick? 5?
6.
They were 6.
Come on, Jordan.
I don't remember last
Pick
year.
6, you know.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Dix is like an interception.
Oh,
But
I get it. I get
He
it.
fumbles only.
That's true.
Yeah,
He is a fumble
But
machine.
He's going to have Andrew Thomas to protect him this time, so it'll be okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, now we're at pick 19, and it is not the Raiders picking because we have a trade the Philadelphia Eagles. They are up to it again.
I love this one.
Picks 21, 145, and a 2021 fifth rounder to
Justin.
a similar move to what they did last year, leapfrog a team that they fear is going to take their guy, and that guy being Justin Jefferson. So they trade up with the Raiders, take Justin Jefferson as kind of the last of the big four receivers available. I love Jefferson. He's actually my third-ranked receiver. I love how he's so good at getting open, good hands, absorbs hits well. And Philly, they upgraded the secondary a little bit by getting Darius Slay, so I think this pick will probably be a receiver. And just knowing Philadelphia, they just always have an aggressive nature to them. Whether it's going for it on fourth down or trading up in the draft, or pretty much anything. Their fan base do. But I just think that this is a very Eagles move just to leapfrog the Jaguars, knowing that the Jaguars could potentially take Jefferson, not wanting to take that risk and having to wait. They go get their guy. They still think they can win now with Carson Wentz, so they get him a valuable weapon.
Hey, Ryan, I got 3 words for you. You ready?
What?
I love it!
Alright, I'm glad you love it.
I think that's foreshadow what we're going to see on Jordan's vlog.
I love it!
I don't know, maybe you have that trade too or something. But
I love it.
now
Seems like
the
it.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're leaking today.
they're pretty bummed because they were going to take Justin Jefferson, kind of like how when the Eagles leapfrogged the Texans last year, they were going to take Andre Dillard, but obviously they couldn't because Philly leapfrogged him. But now Jacksonville says, okay, it's fine. There's a lot of good receivers. We'll wait until round 2 to get a guy, maybe Brandon Ayuk, Denzel Mims, something. It'll be fine. They take one of the best tacklers in the draft, and they clear-cut second best linebacker in the draft, no question about it, and Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma. Look at back when Jacksonville made their AFC Championship run. That was because of their good defense. That's how they won. They'll kind of try and restore that. Obviously, they're still going to want to build around Gardner Minshew and develop him in his sophomore year. But I think, Kenneth Murray, good value pick here now that there's really no receiver worth taking this high. I love the pick for Jacksonville, and I think this will be a solid addition to their defense.
I like it.
Good.
All right, now at 21, remember Oakland traded back, and again, this is such a Raiders pick. I mean, I was making this trade, and I was like, okay, who's Vegas gonna pick now? And I was like, oh yeah, this is such a accurate thing to do.
Oh yeah.
And the Raiders select the 21st pick. Now they select A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. I mean, because is there more Raiders pick?
That's true, actually. That's a good point.
He'd be reunited with his former teammates, Cleveland Farrell and Trayvon Mullen. They love Clemson players, even Hunter Renfrow, but he's on the offensive side. The Raiders love Clemson players, and they do need to help their secondary. Was a problem last year, but also, remember they traded away former first-round pick Garyon Conley in the middle of last year. So I think that they will go wide receiver and cornerback with these first-round picks, and after trading back, getting a few more picks, they get a player that I think they love. Obviously, the cornerback rankings, like I said earlier, are kind of fluctuating. We don't really know who the CB3 is, but I think it's Terrell, and I think the Raiders love this pick.
Alrighty. I like that.
Alright, yeah.
It does seem like such a Raiders pick. Especially last year.
That made that trade.
They like their Clemson guys.
That was awesome. This could actually happen. I never felt so good about a trade before, but, who knows. Now it is to the Minnesota Vikings, and they could go a number of ways. And remember, they have 22 and 25 as well. I'm on 22. They select A.J. Epinesa out of Iowa. Again, edge rushers are a position where there's a lot of kind of mixed opinions. But I think this is a good pick for Minnesota as they kind of try to beef up that defensive front. They do have some needs on defense. Some players left in free agency. They let go of some guys. I don't think they're rebuilding. I don't think that the Stephon Diggs trade means they're rebuilding. I think it's more of a remodeling. As you know, Diggs probably was going to play for them again anyway, even if they kept him, receivers. But anywho, I like this pick, and I think Epinesa I think this is about almost exactly where he should go. I haven't made like a top 50 big board yet, but he'd probably be right around the 22-25 range. So Minnesota should be happy with this pick here.
Yeah, Minnesota, for them, they could go a number of ways, as you said. Edge rusher is definitely one. They could also go cornerback, as they lost some corners, and they also go wide receiver, which, if I were to guess, you have at 25. We'll see.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm guessing T at 25. Big statement. Let's see. We'll move on and get there eventually.
All right. Well, I guess 2023 is the highlight of my mock draft, no doubt. And you guys probably know what it is, but for the audience watching, this is going to be a shocker, but I'll explain it if you want me to. So with the 23rd pick, brace yourselves. It's coming. God. And I don't care. I don't care what you say. This guy's a first round pick. And you laugh now, but just watch. With the 23rd pick,
Sorry.
Wonderful mock draft. The New England Patriots select Jake Fromm. You heard me right. Jake Fromm, the quarterback out of Georgia. I love this guy. He's such a professional. He's younger, more mobile Tom Brady. What's not to like about this guy? Yes, there's some football accuracy, but I just love so much about the way Jake Fromm plays the game. I think he plays quarterback the right way. I could go on about him for like 5+ minutes. I realize I did that in another video, so I'm going to try and call myself. So Jake Fromm to New England, and that would probably be the story of drafting.
Well, I'm not a hater of Jake Fromm. I think he's a decent quarterback who could definitely develop with the right team. I think the Patriots, if he goes there, he would develop perfectly with them. I love the fit, but I think for the Patriots, the better move would be to select someone who is more looked at as a first-round talent, and they could easily get Jake Fromm in the second round. If they really want to, they could trade up for a quarterback. Whoa, the Patriots trading up for a quarterback, yeah. But this is even bigger while taking him at this spot. So
yeah, this is whoa.
I don't think it's the smartest move. I would love to see
so it is Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm on the Patriots. It fits perfectly with me. I'm with you, Ryan, but this is too early for me, in my opinion.
This would be more of a second round pick.
Yeah, I know that, but I feel like I don't know if New England, by the time they pick in the second round, I really think that he's a guy that's going to be taken a lot higher than people expect, and I think he's a guy that the GMs and the professional scouts are higher on than the general media is.
With Love still on the board, I think you have to worry.
I know it's bold, but it's the draft. Anything could happen. Who knows? It's a bold prediction, but I do feel confidently that Jake Fromm will have a very successful NFL career if he gets in the right system. I'm going to leave it at that, because again,
Patriots
I could go on
the
for
right
10
system.
minutes, and I did that in the other video about underrated prospects, so go check that out if you want my Jake Fromm spiel.
Oh, he's shot
But
videos
otherwise,
like
on to 24.
Yeah.
Alright, and we do have a trade here. And the Baltimore Ravens have traded up for this pick, and they have received the 24th pick, and the Saints have got picks 28 and 92, so the Saints slide back 4 spots. Baltimore picking here. This is an interesting trade. I kind of played with this one a little bit, but I decided that this is how it's going to play out. With the 24th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Austin Jackson, the offensive tackle, out of USC. I know it may not be the coolest pick or the one that you'd expect, with Baltimore being such a flashy kind of cool team now, but I just think that it's so important because the Ravens are only going to be good if Lamar Jackson is healthy and if Lamar Jackson is playing at an elite level. And with a guy that's mobile and taking hits and leaving the pocket every other play, you got to protect him. So I think Baltimore, knowing they can win now, knowing they made it to the number 1 seed last year, they say we'll forfeit one of our third-round picks. It's fine if we give that up. We got to make sure we get a first-round caliber offensive tackle. Jackson's the only one left now that Josh Jones is gone. Might not be the coolest pick. Ravens fans probably be hoping for Caleb on Chason or something like that. But I think that, I've been a skeptic of how long Lamar Jackson's success is going to last, and I've said that before, but I'll leave that out of this because I just think that if you want to keep this championship window open, you have to keep Lamar Jackson healthy and upright. They go with Jackson to protect Jackson.
I've seen a lot of people saying linebacker, that's a dire need for the Ravens. So, in my opinion, I'd probably see them staying where they are and taking either Kenneth, Zach, or Pat, whoever's on the board for them at that point. So, they could trade up, as I voice correct, but they could trade up for a tackle. I don't see it as very likely, but I like the boldness, and I wouldn't be shocked.
That's a long way to trade up, too, for him.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they have to get at least in front of the Seahawks, so the Seahawks are in danger of taking a tackle.
Yeah, and I was looking at where to plot them, but I feel like maybe Minnesota with that second pick, maybe a small chance they take offensive tackle.
Also true.
But I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like Baltimore got to keep them on. They're only going to go as far as he takes them. I feel like so got to protect them.
Yep.
But again, linebackers need to.
Yep. Here it is.
All right, and now 25, we're back to the Vikings. Jordan, you guessed it is receiver, and it is T. Higgins from Clemson.
He is standing up right now, T-posing on his chair.
I wish I could be there. I'm going to watch it. I wish I could be there. I know you're doing a great T-pose there. But I think that, this is a good fit. They traded away Diggs. They got a decent haul in return, and I think they should use one of those first-round picks to replace him. And yeah, T. Higgins might not be on the same tier as CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, anyone like that, but he gets the job done. I think he's, good size. I think he's 6'4", if I remember correctly. Say what you want about the competition, but I watched the ACC championship, the Fiesta Bowl, and the national championship. He excelled in those games as well. I did my homework. I like what I see from T. Higgins, and I don't really know why he's been sliding down draft boards so much. I think he should be at least a late first-round player. Probably late first, early second is where I expect him to go. But I like the pick for Minnesota. I think that one of the two will be used on receiver, and I think they'd be really happy with the two picks they made on draft night if this plays out how I foresee it.
Alrighty, pick number 26. 30 minutes into the
and
video.
Now Miami, they I know they had a defensive heavy free agency, but I think that they do go defense with this pick because the one place where they didn't really address and where they really had a void since they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick is safety. And with the 26th pick, they select Antoine Winfield Jr., the safety out of Minnesota. I love this. I like that, Tyler.
No, I have no
chance. And I do think he's kind of another guy. Like I said about Jake Brown, I think he's a guy you're not going to see him in the first round a ton, but I feel like the GM and the professionals are higher on him than the general media is. There's a number of guys I feel like that about. Just Jake Brown and Winfield are just two of them. So I do expect Winfield to sneak into the back of the first round, and I just love this fit because the only concerns with Winfield are that he's a young guy. I think he's a redshirt sophomore. He did have some injuries back in his career, but he seems healthy now. But I think you might say, oh, he's a redshirt sophomore. It's just a smaller sample size. So how do you evaluate that with the limited college playing time? Well, Miami's a young team. They're rebuilding. He doesn't have to come in and be Earl Thomas on day one of training camp. He's going to have time to develop if he needs. I don't even know if he's going to need it. I just think it's a great fit for him. They made a lot of additions on defense. He fit really well, fill that void at the safety position. I just love this Winfield to Miami fit. I hope it happens, whether it's at 18, 26, or the second round. I love this fit. So I think that he kind of becomes the new Minkah Fitzpatrick for that.
That's what I was about to say. Filling for Minkah.
All right, pick number 27.
Yeah, 27 is the Seahawks, and after contemplating several guys that we think will go in the 6th round, they decide that they take K'Lavon Chaisson out of LSU. I consider him an edge rusher, but some people have him as like an outside linebacker. I consider him an edge rusher, so that's where he is on my rankings. He's actually not the highest edge rusher I have left on my board, but again, I'm trying to get these picks right. I'm trying to beat GMs to see what I
think. That's why I put Jake from
Matos fall this far.
And I actually have Yetur Gross-Matos above Chaisson, but I just think that the way Chaisson, he moves around so well, he's so athletic for his position, and, there is, the recency factor with him being on LSU. I think that Pete Carroll and Seattle, they just love this pick. Jadeveon Clowney's probably not coming back. I feel like he would have signed back by now if he was. And, yeah, good fit. Again, not the edge rusher I would take, but, Seattle's happy with this pick, and it's the guy we've actually heard of.
Do you have Epinesa above both of Chaisson and Gross-Matos?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
28.
And what was that?
28. I was just saying it weirdly.
Just that weird voice.
28.
Yeah, so 28, as you said in that wonderful voice. Remember, it's New Orleans because they had that trade with Baltimore in my mock. And they select the guy who I kind of just hinted at, Yetur Gross-Matos out of Penn State. I'm high on him. I think that there's, 4 first-round caliber defensive ends if you consider Chaisson a D-end, which, obviously there's guys that, interpret different kind of players as different positions. But, anywho, I like this pick. I think New Orleans is in kind of a best player available scenario for the most part. Some people say, go take a quarterback that learned behind Drew Brees, but you have Taysom Hill there who you are really high on, so at least, wait on the quarterback to the later rounds, especially when I think you can really win now. Take the best player available, upgrade your defensive front, and really quick, I gotta say, I think Yetur Gross-Matos might be better if he actually moves inside to interior defensive line, but that's just me, but that's a different video for another time. Now, 29, 29, Tennessee, I feel like they could do something crazy, but I have them going cornerback, and I have them going with Christian Fulton out of LSU. I feel like it's almost impossible to predict the cornerback rankings, just because I've heard so many different things. I've seen things that say Henderson is the number 1 cornerback in this class, and I've seen things that have, some guys in the middle of the first round, and then that same guy in another one is in the 3rd round. So it's just difficult to evaluate, but I like what I see from Fulton. And, remember Logan Ryan left in free agency, so Fulton can fill that void for Tennessee.
I dig it.
Then we have This is another guy I'm high on. I think the scouts are higher on this guy than general media is. The Green Bay Packers wait on the wide receiver position, and they go with Bryce Hall, the cornerback out of Virginia. I've said it for a while now. I think he's going under the radar just because he was injured, but all signs point to him being healthy. I think he's a first-round player. I think he sneaks into the back end of the first round here and upgrades Green Bay secondary. I know you can say receiver, but, go get receiver in the later rounds with the top 5 being gone. And now we're down to our final 2 picks. So San Francisco and Kansas City left, the 2 Super Bowl teams. And San Francisco, it's very likely or possible, at least, that they trade out of this pick to try to accumulate more draft capital. But they're in win now mode. They just played in the Super Bowl and they're trying to get back there. But again, I just don't think receiver makes sense for them. You don't throw the ball that much. I don't know how else to say it. I said it already.
They should. They're a football team.
What was that?
I said they still should try to improve that part of the game. If you look at the 49ers, that's the one aspect of their game that they could improve. Their defense is phenomenal. The running game is phenomenal. They could help that pass game and give Jimmy Garoppolo another weapon after losing Sanders. So I'm not saying that they need to go receiver in the first round, but eventually they need to grab one.
Yeah,
you just seem
could
anti-receiver
but I just
altogether.
don't think it's utterly important to the way they win. And I'm trying to throw a shade at them. They're both great players, but I just think they win with their run game and they win with their defense. And I think they actually go defense with this pick because I think they could get a little younger in the secondary. I don't think that'd do them any harm. This guy's draft stock has been all over the place, so I just kind of was like, boom, you're going there. It's Trayvon Diggs, brother of Stephon, out of Alabama, to San Francisco. Make that secondary a little younger. You won the NFC with your defense, with that style of play. I just say keep it going. And now, go to the team that won it all, the Kansas City Chiefs. To round out my final mock draft, barring any changes, is the Kansas City Chiefs. And, oh my goodness, as if this offense could get any better, they select Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. My running back number 1 in this draft class. I really like the traits that I see from Taylor. A 3-down back, lots of college experience. I love him. And I think he'd fit well in this offense as they try to find a true solid number 1 running back to kind of plug in there. Taylor could do the trick, and, again, as if this offense could get better. Kansas City, they brought back pretty much all of their Super Bowl teams, so they're going to try and run it back again, and Taylor will be a solid addition to the mix. And there you have it, mock draft 1 through 32.
All right, there it was. Thank you for that, Ryan. You had a nice little clap there. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it this far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. And with that, we will see you guys. Wait, hold on. We're not going to see you guys later. Ryan's mock draft is up here, by the way. Take one last final look at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
It's a beauty.
But now, as you got some time to look at it, now we will see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.